Matthew 21:12 through 17 was your reading passage today. And in here, you see Jesus doing hard things. He takes seriously matters of holiness. The outer court of the temple was meant to be a place for the nations to come and pray. Even Gentiles could gather here to pray to God. However, due to the money changers and the tables set up to sell animals for sacrifices, prayer to God was being prevented. The Pharisees, who were religious leaders in Israel, were angry with Jesus for doing this. He was messing with their accepted practices. Even more disturbing to them, though, was the fact that he did this with authority. Jesus didn't just destroy these wrongful practices around the temple, but he did it in the first person. He did it claiming that the temple was his. It wasn't just what the money changers and the sacrifice sellers were doing was wrong. It was that he claimed their sin was against him. They could not see Jesus for who he really is. The crowds were still crying out to and for Jesus. They enjoyed seeing him topple the status quo. The status quo had been oppressive to the people, and they hoped that Jesus was the king they wanted him to be and would come and overturn earthly kingdoms and punish the oppressors. All of this was infuriating to the Pharisees, who did not think Jesus was anyone special, let alone God. So, indignantly, they say to him, "You cannot be God, so tell the children to quit saying that you are." Jesus, being the living word, again quotes scripture to remind the Pharisees that God often uses the weak to shame the strong, and these children are seeing something the Pharisees are missing. So we need to ask ourselves, do we take the worship of God seriously? Do we set up obstacles and roadblocks that prevent others from having a rightful relationship with him? This passage shows that Jesus takes this seriously, and that how we approach God and whether we encourage others to correctly approach God really matters. Do our lives as individuals reflect these truths? Do our lives collectively as a church cast proper reflections of him? Do we recognize that where Christ dwells, sin must be destroyed? Is he dwelling?